for 47 years. Now they're killing their neighbors.
Colonel, this is political pabulum. This is not identifying and articulating a serious threat. Back to my question of whether you think Bibi forced Trump's hand, as Rubio said, or whether the attack 2 Friday nights ago had been planned all along.
I think they attacked as planned all along. You don't do something like this as extensive as Israel is using its military power unless you've planned it, and you've planned it for a while. Those comments were just so vapid. That's the best word for them. We're looking at a situation now where you have to ask yourself, does Trump have the gumption? Does he have the capability even to walk away from this? Or as John said this morning, John Mearsheimer, is he on the escalation ladder with his inevitable next step being the next step on the ladder, and then the next, and then the next, leading to probably a couple of $1 trillion, untold casualties, devastation in the region, maybe a wider war, maybe the use of nuclear weapons, and no result from it other than a similar result to that which we obtained on a lesser scale in Afghanistan. This is just, you can't make this stuff up. This is walking down, as Barbara Tuchman said about 1914, walking down the road to war with wooden-headed people engaged in folly. And the most wooden-headed one of all is President of the United States.
How dangerous for the average American living in the United States is this war, or can it become?
We were talking about the draft this morning and conscription and the impossibility of even getting the selective service system into shape within 6 to 8 months, and lots of money in order to draft people. And then how many young people would scoot the moment they heard that was going on, or maybe wait until it was active and then scoot. How would you ever manage a war in that region against 93 million people in a country as big as Western Europe, with the resolution now that those people have shown to take whatever is coming and dish it out back? And they haven't even, Judge, they haven't even dished out their 3rd and 4th tier of missiles yet. They're saving those for Israel, I think. Think about Haifa and what they just did to the port of Haifa. Israel has no functional port right now. And if they want to make that steady and continuous, they can. I'm looking at missiles coming in. I'm looking at no missiles going up when I watch the videos. It's a situation of existential threat to Israel right now. So if they don't stop, and if Trump does mount that ladder and start up it, we're in this for the long haul, and it won't matter that Israel disappears, which I'm pretty sure it will. But in the long run, we will be kicked out of the Middle East. We will have no partners anywhere in that region. We will have a situation where our debt is spiraling out of control because we'll have to spend a couple of trillion on this war. This is pregnant with the possibility of, as that man said, or some man said, crossing the Rubicon. When Caesar crossed the Rubicon, the Republic was over and the empire began. But it didn't begin until civil wars went on for a long, long time.
Here is this young man. I don't agree with him on a lot of things, Nick Fuentes, but this is a rather remarkable summary of where we are today and who controls whom. Does Israel control the U.S.? Does the U.S. control Israel? Watch this, cut number 6.
The open-ended question is, does Israel control the whole world? If Iran vetoes that, then the answer is no. If Iran falls, then the answer is yes. If Israel can destroy a regime that's fortified inside of a mountain behind thousands of missiles and proxies and 1 million soldiers, well, they could get anybody and they can have anything they want. And if they can't, it means the world is still free. So I'm rooting for Iran to survive. I'm rooting for Trump to walk away. I'm rooting for deterrence to be reestablished. This is not a war, ironically, that we want to win. So I think the best case scenario now is for Trump to walk away. Walk away, be done with it. Destroy their military and then claim victory, whatever you need to do, and then walk away, be done with it. Put Israel in their place. And here's how you know it's really f***ed up. Oil prices have skyrocketed. It's hurting us. It's hurting everybody. Israel is bombing Iran's oil. What are you going to do that for? Oil prices are $120 a barrel on Sunday. And we have not hit Iran's oil in the hopes that they will not hit our oil in the Gulf. And what does Israel do? They bomb Iran's oil, which makes it an energy war. So it's time to be done and walk away.
A lot of sense in what he says. A lot of sense in it.
Yes.
Be done and walk away. Call it a victory, Donald. Call it a victory.
Yes,
Tell everybody.
Senator Josh Hawley, I'm not a fan of his, but he did say, one of the talk shows, might have been Fox last night, Trump should just declare victory and come home.
Bingo.
I think that's what the Republicans are whispering to him, because they're soon going to realize how dastardly and unpopular this war is. You know, Max Blumenthal is coming up. He sent us a picture, and Chris and I thought it was fake, but it wasn't. Gasoline for your car in Los Angeles yesterday, $8.21 a gallon.
Judge, you're talking to a man that remembers the first one after the embargo. Holy mackerel. I couldn't even drive. My military mission was to drive from Fort Monroe, Virginia to Washington, D.C. I couldn't, because I couldn't find a place that didn't have a 2-mile long line to get gas.
I remember that well. It was a difficult time in American history. Trump is out of his league, Colonel, and he's surrounded by people who tell him what he thinks he wants to hear. Perhaps General Kane is an exception, but he's got Pistol Pete to overrule everything Kane and Kane's advisors, like this General Grinkowicz, say.
And Hegseth, I fear, has his macho personality invested in this now. And that's dangerous. That's extremely dangerous. If I were king for a day, I'd probably remove Hegseth and elevate Kane. We don't need another uniform in the Secretariat, but in a dire situation like this, I might do that.
Wow. Colonel Lawrence Wilkerson, thank you, my dear friend. Even though these are dark topics, you always have a sense of humor, and you have a way of explaining it in a very down-to-earth way. Are things going to get better or are going to get worse before we see each other in a week?
I fear John may be right, John Mearsheimer. I think Trump's on the ladder and he's taking the next step.
Well,
I hope not. I pray not.
Right. Thank you, Colonel. If something dramatic happens and we need you, we'll find you. Otherwise, we'll see you at your usual time slot next week, God willing.
Surely. Take care.
Thank you. All the best. Coming up on all of this at 3 o'clock, Colonel Douglas McGregor, and at 4 o'clock, Max Blumenthal. Judge Napolitano for Judging Freedom.
No stupid rules of engagement, no nation-building quagmire, no democracy-building exercise, no politically correct wars. We fight to win, and we don't waste time. We didn't start this war, but under President Trump, we are finishing it. If we can't figure this out at the negotiating table, then there are other options, to include my department. We're not building for peacetime. We are pivoting the Pentagon and our industrial base to a wartime footing. To our steadfast partner, Israel, your mission is being executed with unmatched skill and iron determination.